So let's talk about why you're stuck. Not emotionally, operationally. You are still doing $20 an hour task. Your business is built on broken fucking shit. I'm going to redo this whole fucking thing. Let's talk about why you're stuck. Not emotionally, operationally. If you are still doing $20 an hour tasks, your business is built on a very broken equation. You can't scale while operating like your own intern. And now you're wondering why you're stuck. You can't break 10, 20, 30K months, but you're still doing very low work every single day. So this isn't a mindset issue. It's simple math, which we'll get into very shortly. Every gym owner or coach hits the same ceiling: 10K, 20K, 30K. And every ceiling has the exact same root cause. Your time is capped, so your revenue is capped with it. You're not stuck because you lack skill. You are stuck because your calendar is full of the wrong crap. You are the CEO, but you're also the marketer, the admin, the tech support guy, the content editor, and the cleaner. So you're doing 7 jobs really badly instead of 1 with absolute excellence. You can't scale a business that you refuse to fire yourself. The bottleneck isn't strategy. Most of the time it's you. And until you remove yourself from really low value work, growth will always feel like you're this is what Dan Martell calls the pain line. When business grows faster than your calendar can support, suddenly every hour feels like a giant bottleneck. So this is where founders either evolve or they just simply burn out. So when you hit the pain line, you start researching for false solutions. So a new product, a new offer, a new software, a new funnel, new strategy, aka shiny object syndromes. And none of that fixes the root cause of the issue. You're still doing tasks someone else should be doing. It's arbitrage. So what's the real problem? Your workload is built for an employee. Your goals should be, if they're not, built for a CEO. Those two will never coexist. So here's the framework. You buy back your time so you could buy back your freedom so you can finally scale. Delegation isn't a luxury. It's the absolute bare minimum prerequisite for growth. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things: how to stop doing $20 an hour work, how to escape the pain line, and how to operate like someone who is paid to think, not someone who is paid to clean up problems, because that doesn't get you more money. So, section 1, the real cost of doing everything yourself. And trust me, it's way more expensive than hiring someone will ever be. You're not stuck because you're not working hard enough. You're stuck because you're doing the wrong work. You're grinding, but you're grinding on the bottom of your own organizational chart. So Dan Martell gives the perfect formula for valuing your time. Take your annual income, divide it by 2,000 hours, and multiply it by. So that's the value of your hour. And it's never $20 unless you decide to behave like it is. So if you want to earn if you want to earn 250K a year, your time is worth $500 an hour. If you want 500K, your time is worth $1,000 an hour. If you want a million, it's worth 20,000. Every $20 task is stealing hundreds, sometimes thousands from you and your future self. So every time you clean your bathroom, every time that you fix your CRM manually, every time that you edit your own videos, you're throwing away hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in what is called opportunity. So you're not saving money. You're literally lighting it on fire, intentionally or not. Let me make this painfully obvious. $20 an hour tasks include cleaning or editing or boring admin or errands like getting your groceries, laundry, fixing CRMs, cleaning, random maintenance. This is the stuff that keeps founders unfortunately poor. Now, you keep doing them, but why? Because it feels responsible, it feels productive, it feels safe, it feels like control, and I get it. Okay, but it's fake control. And it's really a bottleneck of your stagnation if you want to grow. Being busy is the biggest lie that every single entrepreneur tells them. Busy never means progress. It doesn't mean growth. It normally means avoidance. So you're avoiding the work that actually is going to allow you to scale. We're going to go over a case study. Look at Jeremy. Okay, he didn't scale by working harder. He scaled by removing every low value decision from his brain. So that is cleaning, meal prep, errands, tech issues, macros, laundry, all gone. He bought back his bandwidth so he could operate at the level his goals demanded, which was $1 million a year. So now you're probably asking, how did Jeremy do it? He automated what didn't need a human. He delegated what didn't need him. And he outsourced every single thing that drained mental bandwidth. So he removed tasks that never mattered in the first place. And that is why he scaled. Not because he hustled harder. He did it smarter. Okay, so this is where everything changes. Once you remove the low value work from your calendar, you finally free up the capacity to operate like someone who's paid to think, not someone who's paid to babysit tasks. You are literally the most expensive employee doing most of the time the cheapest work. So you are the most expensive employee in your business doing the cheapest possible work, no matter, or no wonder you're burned out all the time. No wonder your margins feel super thin or super tight. No wonder you feel like you're working harder while making the exact same money. You build a job that punishes you the more you actually care. So this brings us to the buyback loop. This is how you actually stop doing $20 an hour work. It's not in theory, it is real life. And now I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step, which brings us to step one, which is to audit. This is where 90% of founders lie to themselves. You need to write down everything you did in the last 7 days. Every task, click, message, every piece of friction in your workflow, in your day-to-day, in your OS. And then you ask yourself one question. Should the CEO of your business that is trying to scale be actually doing this? And if the answer is no, guess what? It's gone, because most of it is going to. So for gyms, here's what always shows up in your audit. Following up, billing, cleaning, editing, onboarding, cancellation / managing churn, front desk coverage, technical issues, stuff like meal plan for yourself, administration, client management, and coaches. You're even worse. DM replies, editing reels, making content on Canva, rebuilding whatever funnels and you have no idea how to do it, fixing your trainer eyes, formatting the links on Stripe, doing check-ins manually, writing content from scratch. These are not high-leverage CEO tasks. These are task manager tasks. And this is exactly why you're stuck. So here's the punchline. You cannot change what you refuse to measure. So this audit is going to force you and show you the truth. Your calendar is full of work that creates literally zero leverage. So step two is to transfer. This is where you reclaim and you buy back your time. Every task falls into one of three buckets. Lead it, automate it, delegate it. And if it doesn't make you money, save you time, or build your systems, aka business, it's gone. So bucket A, delete. Instant freedom. These are tasks that never needed to exist, like overthinking your content strategy, rewriting the SOP that already works, manually tracking things inside your KPIs or CRM, creating a new funnel instead of optimizing the already working one. Delete is the cleanest win in the entire buyback loop. Bucket B, automate. This removes 40 to 60% of your workload entirely and immediately. So automation should handle your follow-up sequences, your scheduling, your invoices, your onboarding flows, your lead nurture, your check-ins. All of this is obviously fitness specific, but it's pretty relevant if you are not watching that and you're there, right? Or your content distribution. If a software can do it, which in 2025 or 26 by the time this video comes out, it will do it. It can do it. So let it do it. Stop doing the job of a robot or a workflow or AI. And so delegation is the third and final. This is where you buy back your time. The people you hire or contract will do the work at 70% of your quality, but they'll do it at 100% of your time, right? So the roles you must delegate as you're scaling as an operator is the first one is a CSM or a VA. So admin, CRM, the setter, they message your replies, a coach, they do deliveries and check-ins, a video editor, your operations assistant, maybe a housekeeper, someone that cooks your meals, someone that gets your errands, someone that's scheduling, tech support. So anyways, every hour that you buy back becomes a $10,000 hour if you fill it correctly if you're trying to scale to 7 figures. So Jeremy said it perfectly. Anything that steals your mental bandwidth gets outsourced. So he, again, didn't scale because he worked more. He scaled because he stopped thinking about things that didn't grow his revenue. And that is why he wins and he makes $1 million a month, not $1 million a year. So now step 3 is to fill, okay? Replacing the low value tasks with high value revenue ROI producing work. This is where most founders absolutely sabotage them. They'll free up 10 hours and then they'll fill those 10 hours with random bullshit, all right? No. You're going to fill these hours with the tasks that actually matter and scale and move your freaking business. High value work is simple. Strategic decisions, sales, partnerships, program innovation, pricing strategies, hiring and interviewing people or A players, building systems and SOPs. These are $10,000 hours. These are the hours that will actually move your business forward and get momentum. And the more you climb out of the weeds, the more your time and leverage compound. So each level you ascend gives you more freedom, more focus, more output without increasing hours, because there's only so many hours in a day. Time is your most valuable asset, not money. So most of you buy back your time and waste it. You remove tasks and then fill the space with absolute distraction, whether that's scrolling or tinkering or whatever. You feel productive instead of actually being productive. And so that needs to end right now, right here. So if we're putting this in one sentence, you audit, you transfer, you audit, you transfer, you fill, and you repeat. And this is how you escape the pain line. This is how you break the 10 to 30K ceiling. This is how gyms hit 50 to 100K a month if you're the operator. And this is how coaches hit 20 to 50K a month. And it's not by hustling harder. It's by working more higher, more optimized. So there are only 3 escape routes from the pain line. Escape the calendar bottleneck, break the 10 to 30K ceiling, like scale like an operator, not like a firefighter, because you can't outwork low value tasks. You can only out architect, all right? And once you then start buying back your time, the next question then becomes, how do you actually hire? And how do you avoid hiring someone that you don't have to babysit? It's a very fair question, right? How or who do you actually hire first? And how do you avoid becoming their full time manager or babysitter? So it's really simple. You climb the replacement ladder. So the replacement ladder has 4 levels. Level 1 is delegate, level 2 is delegate, oh, sorry, level 1 is delete, level 2 is delegate, level 3 is automate, and level 4 is specialized officer talent. So this ladder is your roadmap to firing yourself from the bottom of your business. Once you start climbing the replacement ladder, everything in your business becomes to start to shift, because you finally stop doing the work that keeps you small and start stepping into the role that moves your business forward. You stop being the operator, you start being the architect, right? So A players don't want chaos. They don't want hustle culture. They want clarity, consistency, and predictability. So for coaches, A players earn 4 to 10K a month. For setters, 3 to 6K a month. For operation talent, 5 to 12K a month. They don't want your job. They want a well-run role. So give them structure, and they will outperform you inside their lane every single time. So really simple things that you can scale, or your team should replace your inbox, your pipeline management, check-ins, onboarding, editing, admin, a lot of stuff we went over before, fulfillment, scheduling, and also messaging. So you can finally spend time on stuff that will scale your business. So that is sales. That's going to get you revenue. That is optimizing your systems. That is leadership, organization, retention, pricing structure, and partnerships. This is the trade that makes growth actually possible. So this is your operator OS, the 4-part system that keeps you out of the weeds permanently. You have the calendar control, so your calendar must only contain high value work. You have the filters for tasks. So every task goes through, does this make me money? Does this save me time? Does this build the system? If the answer is no, it goes to delete, automate, or delegate. Then you have the weekly buyback review. Every week, you need to identify what drained you, what slowed you down, and what could actually be transferred to someone else. And finally, your new role is think, decide, and lead. Not grind, not clean up problems, not fix every single thing, because it's not possible. And this is what is becoming and how you need to be a real operator, what this looks like. When you run your operator OS, every week you get stronger, your systems get tighter, your calendar gets cleaner, your business becomes easier to scale. And this is how you buy back 10 to 20 to 30 hours a week without losing a dollar of output. And here's the uncomfortable truth that you've been avoiding. You're never going to scale past your calendar. You're never going to outwork your low value task. You're never going to out hustle inefficiency, and you will never hit a real milestone money month doing everything yourself. This is not a discipline problem. This is a simple architectural problem. So if you want to scale, you must first buy back your time before you try to buy growth. And most entrepreneurs do it absolutely backwards. They try to grow first and then drown completely in the growth. You buy back the time before you scale. This is literally the only sustainable and logical path. So if you're done drowning in tasks, if you are done hitting the pain line, if you're done being your own freaking bottleneck, then it's time to upgrade your operating system. And this is where most founders actually finally break through. And so if you want the backend, the hire, the SOPs, all of the system, the automations, the delegation structure, so you could finally get 10, 20, 30, 40 hours a week back, then keep really quick. We're almost done here, okay? Click the link below. Crazy, I know. This is exactly what we install inside of businesses for gyms and coaches. We build the operating system that frees you from $20 an hour tasks, so you can finally step into $10,000 an hour work properly. Stop doing everything yourself, start scaling, and I'll see you inside. Talk to you soon. And for whatever reason, you don't like this video or you don't want to talk, that's cool. Then click somewhere on my face or on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll like that video.